Hi everyone and welcome to another Sew the Trends video for springtime. The new spring and summer styles are only just coming into the high street shops at the moment, so I'm a little bit early with this video, but I think that's possibly a good thing because it means we can be organised. So if you are new here, I'm Sally and this is my channel Secret Life of a Seamstress, where I love to share all about sewing and making a handmade wardrobe. These Sew the Trends videos are some of my absolute favourite to make. I have a look at what's coming up on the high street for the new season and then I find sewing patterns and fabrics to match. So let's get straight into it, shall we? I have 5 new trends to share with you today, and as always I will list all of the patterns and all the fabrics that I talk about in today's video in the description below. But of course, if I do forget anything or if you have any questions, do feel free to leave me a comment and I'll get back to you. So trend number 1 is embroidery. So everything at the moment coming out on the high street is very 70s and very boho. I am personally so pleased about this because I absolutely love the 70s. I think it's one of my favourite vintage style decades along with the 50s. I love a good boho look. So going along with that sort of 70s boho style, embroidery is going to be really big for this spring and summertime. So one of the brands doing this best, as always in my opinion, is Suzanne. So in Suzanne's new collection they have some beautiful embroidered blouses, shirts, jeans and even bags. So as you can see from this image, on this pair of jeans they've actually added a really cute little cross-stitch design on the pocket. So I think this trend is a hand sewer's or a cross-stitcher's or an embroiderer's dream really. You could really get creative with your hand stitching styles. So I did find this lovely embroidered shirt on the River Island website. This one has this very large embroidered motif on it. So it's not only embroidered, this one, it's also beaded as well. So this one is a little bit more bold and a little bit more out there, and I'm not quite sure if I would wear this style, but I do really love the aesthetic of it and I love how creative and how bold you can be with this trend. Never Fully Dressed also have a lovely example of this style on their website in this plain white shirt dress, which has just been jazzed up a little bit with the embroidery down the button band and the big motifs all around the dress. So I'm just going to give a couple of examples of patterns that you could use to give a nod to this trend, but actually I think the great thing about this style is that you really can use any patterns that you already have in your collection and just jazz them up a little bit for the new season. So if you have a shirt pattern or a blouse pattern that you love and bring out all the time, for me it would be the Logan Shacket by Style Arc maybe, or even the Grain Line Archer, which I've just discovered, or maybe a lovely sort of plain shirt dress. You can make it in a solid colour or even a stripe as River Island did, and you can go wild with adding your own embroidery designs to your garment. So even though I'm not necessarily including very specific pattern examples for this trend, I do have some fabrics that you might want to use if you're not a hand stitcher perhaps, or if you don't have the patience to sit there and create such an intricate design on your clothing. There are lots of pre-embroidered fabrics out there that you can use to get this look. I absolutely love this cotton gauze from the Good Fabric store. This is a pre-embroidered fabric and I think it's just so delicate and so lovely. And if you are a little bit more understated, perhaps like myself, you might want to go for a fabric like this so that you can get the look and you can give a nod to this trend, but you're not perhaps being quite so bold as say the River Island and the Never Fully Dressed designs. A great fabric you could use to get this look is this viscose lawn from Sew Me Sunshine. So this is a ribbon print viscose and it's a great way to get this sort of embroidered look without having to do any of the work. Trend number 2 is gilets and waistcoats. So continuing with the 70s theme, gilets and waistcoats are everywhere, all over the high street for the upcoming season. To be honest, they have been around for a while, gilets and waistcoats, haven't they? I don't think we're seeing anything particularly new here. So I think the way they're being worn and the fabrics that they've been made from is what's different for the upcoming season. Lots of the gilets and waistcoats are quilted or even embroidered, and you can wear them casually over a t-shirt or a long sleeve t-shirt maybe, or even a casual shirt, or if you really want to go 70s you can wear them over a big billowy blouse with a nice pair of flares or wide leg jeans on the bottom. So a few patterns you could use to get this look are first of all the Atelier Scammit Berger gilet. I've mentioned this pattern before. I think it's a really lovely pattern and it's got a very easy style to it. So there are quite a few different options that you can actually sew using this pattern. But personally, I think the round neck and rounded hem version would work perfectly to get the look that's around on the high street. I also thought this pattern that I found on Etsy would be a really great one. This one has the tie front and it looks very easy to sew. It's also reversible as well. It looks so cute sewn from a quilted fabric, and I think it would look great with a big collared blouse underneath. Another waistcoat pattern that I've heard really good things about is the new Craft House Everyday Waistcoat. So again, there are a few different styles that you can sew from this pattern. It also comes with some cute little pockets, which I thought was lovely too. The I Am Patterns Hathor gilet is another great one to get this look, and what I like about this pattern is that it's slightly longer. There are loads of different versions you can sew from this pattern, by the way. So this would keep you super cozy and snuggly if you are sewing it in the colder weeks before it gets properly warm in summertime. In terms of fabrics that you could use for sewing any one of these gilets, Higgs & Higgs have some beautiful quilted fabrics on their website, and what I love about these quilted fabrics is that they are reversible as well, and that would be a great way to get more wear out of it for the season. Fabric Godmother have this lovely reversible quilted denim fabric on their website, which I really liked because it's got the denim on one side giving you quite a nice plain look. This would work so well as a gilet, wouldn't it? Another great fabric from the Fabric Godmother website was this cotton jacquard fabric, and again I thought this would be really great as a gilet. It's got that real sort of nod to the embroidery and 70s style that's around at the moment, and if you wanted to, you could use this fabric and then line it with a really cozy sort of Sherpa fleece or something inside it to make it that little bit warmer, and I think that would work really well too. Trend number 3 is chiffon, lace and sheer fabrics. There are a lot of sheer fabrics around on the high street for spring and summer this upcoming season, and some garments are more daring than others, I'm going to say. So we're probably used to seeing sheer dresses, maybe even sheer blouses and tops around in the shops, but maybe what we're not so used to seeing is sheer skirts, perhaps. I'm not quite sure what I think about the sheer skirt trend, but I do really love a pretty sheer blouse worn with a little cami underneath. So I think that's the route I would be going down if I'm going to give a nod to this trend this season. I absolutely love some of the dress styles that we're seeing on the high street as well. So some of them are really long, really floaty, really billowy, lots of ruffles, lots of frills, floaty sleeves, and sometimes even added frills and ruffles as well. So with this trend, it's more about the fabrics that you use perhaps rather than the style of the blouse. So if you do have a blouse or a dress pattern that you already love, perhaps sew it up for springtime in a sheer fabric, a chiffon or a lace, and you'll be right on trend. If you are looking for a new pattern, then some I thought would work perfectly are the puff and pencil tie front blouse. The Madswick Rosamond blouse would also work really nicely. This has the beautiful squared collar that I am absolutely loving. And I also love the Pauline Alice Coley blouse. This would work so well in a chiffon or a see-through fabric of some kind worn with a cami underneath. For dress patterns, the NYX dress by Closet Core Patterns would work really nicely, again sewn in a sheer or a lace just to make it even more 70s looking. The Wilder Gown by Friday Pattern Company could be having a moment again for this new season. I absolutely love the Wilder Gown. I'm not sure if it suits me personally, but I do love it on other people, and again sewn in a lace or a sheer with a slip underneath. It would be perfect for this season. If you want to be really out there and really 70s, then I did find this pattern which I thought would suit this trend really, really well. I love the ruffles on this. Again, I'm not quite sure it's quite my style, but I think if you really do want to go all out there with the 70s style, then this pattern would be perfect. Fabric Godmother have some beautiful chiffons on their website at the moment, so if you do want to go down this sort of chiffon sheer look with a cami underneath, then check out their range of chiffon fabrics. They also have some lovely broderie anglaise fabrics on their website and cut-out fabrics as well, so if you want to go for the lace look but you don't fancy going completely full-on lace, then I think broderie anglaise is a great way to go. And you've also kind of got the embroidery trend in there as well with broderie anglaise, so that's a really good one to to use for this kind of look, especially if you want to be a little bit more understated and you don't want to show off too much skin. Minerva also have a great range of chiffons on their website. Their Minerva Core Range chiffon is really reasonably priced, and it comes in so many different colours as well, so that's a great one to check out if you are looking to replicate this style. Trend number 4 is knitted vests and slipovers worn on their own. So this is great news for us knitters, I think. I've quite literally just finished a slipover pattern by Rowan, which I'll share with you soon. So these have been around for a while as well, but I think we've more so been seeing them with things underneath them, long sleeve tops, maybe shirts and things like that. For spring and summertime, they're much more being worn on their own with wide-legged jeans perhaps, or even shorts. Now I'm going to say that I do find this style slightly difficult to wear sometimes, because I feel if you're going to be wearing a knitted top without any sleeves, then it either needs to be warm enough to not have a t-shirt underneath it, but it needs to be cold enough that you're cold enough to be wearing wool. So it is a little bit of a difficult one to navigate. I think you need to get the weather and the temperature just perfect for this style. That's just me being very practical. I think in terms of how this style looks, I absolutely love it. So again, Suzanne have some lovely examples on their website, but also Next and Marks and Spencer's had quite a few to offer as well. And I really love the fact that there's a style out there for every kind of knitter. So there are the plain sort of stockingette style pullovers and slipovers out there. But there are also either Fair Isle or patterned type tops, and also lace knitting on the high street too. So there are loads of slipover knitting patterns out there at the moment. I love this one by Petite Knit. There's also this beautiful lace knit pattern, which would be slightly more intricate, I think, maybe for a more advanced knitter. This is by Kutova Kita, I hope I'm saying that right. There's also this lovely one by the Knit Pearl Girl. If you are more of a crocheter, then I did find this pattern on Etsy as well. So you could use this one to get the lovely lace look slipover style that's out there too. If you're not a knitter or a crocheter, then I think you can absolutely still get this look sewing up a similar style vest, and you can use a knit look fabric. So there are loads of cable knit style fabrics out there that you can use to get the knitted look. There are also knit look jacquards as well, and Fabric Godmother, again, they're coming up trumps for this video, I have to say. There are so many lovely fabrics on their website at the moment, but I did find this jacquard on their website, which I thought not only was great for getting the knitted look, but it also had a really sort of 70s style vibe to it as well, or maybe 60s actually. It's kind of psychedelic, isn't it? But it still had that retro vintage style feel. Trend number 5 is super wide leg trousers. So I do feel as though wide leg trousers have been around with us for quite some time, but I think the difference with this upcoming season is that trousers are getting even wider. So maybe think more palazzo pants rather than your average wide leg trouser. And I thought this trend would be perfect to include in today's video because again, it goes along with the 70s style, but I also thought a nice pair of wide leg trousers or even jeans would pair so well with some of the other styles that I've included in today's video. So first of all, palazzo jeans seem to be everywhere at the moment. So Marks and Spencer's have some really lovely palazzo style jeans in stock. And I think the colours of denim that seem to be very popular are either light to mid-weight blue denims or even cream. And these jeans are often made from sort of lighter weight denim fabric. So think a denim which has been blended with either a lyocell or a tencel, which just makes it a little bit more softer and maybe more drapey to wear, which is great if you are wearing a big wide-legged pair of jeans, because you don't necessarily want to be wearing a really heavyweight denim. When you have such big wide legs, it can feel quite uncomfortable, and not only that, maybe sometimes a bit impractical too. And also, as we are coming into the warmer months, then I think it's nice to have a more floaty, maybe a little bit more of a cooler fabric if you are going to be wearing this style. There's also a big trend for large scale floral print style trousers, and sometimes these are worn with like a matching shirt or a matching waistcoat or matching crop top on top as well. And I thought again that just went along with the 70s style. The trend that's still around and doesn't seem to be going anywhere is the tailored wide leg trouser look. So this is still very much here for the spring and summer season. and they just look so lovely worn casually with trainers or sandals even in summertime, and I think they pair really nicely with some of the tops that I've mentioned in today's video, for example the knitted vests. So if you're going down the elasticated trousers route, then you could try this new look pattern, which I thought would work perfectly. This would be great for beginners and you could sew it from a lovely floaty fabric. There's also the new pattern from Named Clothing, the Oleo pattern, I think it is. Again, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. This is a lovely, easy to wear style, elasticated drawstring waist pair of trousers that you can sew from a light floaty fabric and wear it with any of the tops that I've mentioned in today's video. If you want a lovely pair of tailored, high-waisted, wide-leg trousers, then the Assembly line have this lovely pattern, which I thought would suit this trend perfectly. And there's also the Bella Loves patterns, wide-leg trousers. I love these ones. I think they look so classic and so timeless, and I would love to have a pair of these in my wardrobe. In terms of jeans, I couldn't actually find a sewing pattern for a pair of plazo-style jeans. So if you do know of one, please let me know in the comments. But there are plenty of wide-leg jeans patterns out there, including my absolute favourite jean sewing pattern, which is the Dawn Jeans by Megan Nielsen. So this does include a wide leg option, and I can confirm that the leg in these jeans is quite nice and wide. But of course, I think if you wanted to widen the leg even more, you could absolutely do that just by grading out the pattern yourself. There's also the True Bias Lander pants, which I thought would suit this trend perfectly. You could sew this from Tencel, lyocell type denim and have a nice drapey pair for summertime. Simplicity also had this lovely pattern, which looks great in shorts form, but they also have it in trouser form as well. To be honest with this one, I wasn't sure whether to include this pattern in the tailored trousers section or in the jeans section. Whichever route you decide to go down, this pattern would be perfect for getting the wide leg trouser look, depending on which fabric you choose to sew it from. For fabrics, I think a great option would be to go for a Tencel chambray or something like that. You could also use a Tencel twill fabric maybe. If you want to go down the tailored trousers route, then a Tencel twill fabric would just hang and drape really nicely. And it would also be really nice and cool and floaty for summertime. If you want to go for the large scale floral print elasticated waist style trousers, then just look at how beautiful this new Liberty print is. I absolutely love this so much, and apparently pink is going to be big for the season too, so you would be right on trend if you had a lovely pair of trousers sewn from this Liberty print. And I would even pair a pair of these trousers with a matching shirt as well, and I think that would be a lovely holiday look. So that brings me to the end of today's Sew the Trends video. I really hope you've enjoyed what I've included today. I'm sure there will be more Sew the Trends videos coming up for spring and summertime, because there are loads of trends and loads of fabrics that I could have included today. I had to narrow it down a bit though. Let me know if you liked any of the trends from today's video, and let me know if you'll be sewing up any of them for yourself this spring and summertime. Please do subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and if you have enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you gave it a like as well. I do have a sewing membership over on Patreon, which you can join for more lovely sewing content and extra tips, tutorials and video content too. And you can follow me over on Instagram if you want to too, for more day-to-day and behind the scenes. Thanks so much for watching everyone. Take care, and I'll look forward to seeing you in another video soon. Bye.